Howdy folks, I'm Mama B. Papa B got me this cool shirt. I think it's appropriate for me. Let's take a look at our chickens and some of my favorite things that are going on this time of year. The neighbors are mowing their lawn. The smells out here are fantastic. The blossoms are in all the trees. Isn't it just gorgeous? Look at the ground. The ground has a blanket of blossoms. Pretty thick in some areas. And the chickens, all the little chickens have been put in with the big chickens. They're all doing pretty good. These are all the big chickens out here right now. Let's take a look at the little chickens. The little chickens are all inside the coop. But you can see there's one of the big chickens. They're all getting along pretty good. There's no complaining. Nobody's fighting with them. They gotta stay in the run and in the coop because we're growing the baby grass. Let's go see how it's doing. Here's a patch that we reseeded. And you can see here, there's some seeds that got sunburnt. And so they're not probably gonna grow, and that's okay. Through here, there's more seed. There's some that's been growing, and that's new grass. And there's a little bit of new grass. It looks like, oh, and there's a lot of new grass. Look at that. It seems to come up at different times, so I'm not worried about it. And it's been raining every night in the evening, so we've been able to keep it wet without even having to do much, which is good because our water's not on yet. It's just dinking around. I mean, it's on, but they're busy doing repairs and stuff, so it's hard to keep it wet. So luckily, the rain has come and kept it wet. That all looks like it's still new grass to come. No signs of anything there. This is my big patch that I really want to be gone because it's in the middle of my lawn. And it kind of makes it look nasty right through there. So, but we'll get it fixed because it's coming. That new grass is starting to come up. There's some right there, and there, a little bit there, a lot through there. So this will all fill in real soon. Sad news on the peach front. It looks like that little tree did not survive the winter. It's had a few rough years between the blight and the weight of the trees. We've had to have these straps on to hold it all together. But now if you look at it, there's no new blossoms. It snaps. So I think this tree is a goner. It's a shame. It was a gorgeous Empress dwarf tree and it gave really good peaches. So we'll miss it. Rest in peace, peach tree. My grapevine looks dead, but it's not. And I'll show you the proof. See right there, that's new leaves. It is taking over that entire bush. So this is the trunk of it. And it puts out really good grapes. And it just grows like crazy. So it's doing well. We're happy about that. This is my nectarine tree, and it is doing well. It's got little leaves all over it coming out. The blossoms, I don't remember if I've seen blossoms this year on it or not. Maybe they're to come, or they've already come. I usually notice them by the peach tree, but the peach tree did not blossom. So here's hoping. Maybe that's what these little things are. Hopefully that's buds of blossoms yet to come because it's been kind of cold, so I don't want them frozen. Here's hoping, because I do really like nectarines. Pear tree is in full blossom and it is looking good. But boy, oh boy, do I need to prune it. There are a lot of little branches in there that do not need to be in there, and it will affect the size and the beauty of our pears. So if your pear tree looks like this, get out there and get rid of some of those little branches. Things like this, that doesn't need to be there because it's just causing more, they're kind of the suckers of the trees, you know? But it's happy and healthy. I'll tell you a story about this little tree. When we first planted it, it was the perfect little tree. It was the perfect balance of root and top and stem and all that. And it got blight. And we looked into it to what we could do, and they said cut it off. And I'm like, it goes clear down to about 6 inches out of the ground. They said cut it off. It'll either grow or it won't, but the blight will kill it if you don't cut it off. So I did. I cut it off, and all of this grew later. So this tree has a very strong root system because that's all it did for the first 3 years of its life. And then it produced the tree afterwards. So it's a pretty good little tree. This, folks, is one of my favorite little bushes. It's a lilac bush. It's a dark lilac bush. Look at the pretty, pretty colors. And when these little blossoms get open, they're just starting to open. When they get fully open, they smell so good. But I love the deep, rich purples in those blossoms. This is my wall of comfrey. If you remember the previous video that talks about how comfrey can block the grass, and it looks like it's doing a pretty good job here. And of course we left a walkway, and guess where that grass went? Right there. And then here it's doing a pretty good job, but it is kind of thin, so the grass has gotten past it. So is it a good idea? I think the answer is yes, if you can keep the grass out of the garden. This is my garden. It is well past time to manage this garden. So guess what I'm going to be doing next week? Managing this garden. Honestly, not that excited about it, but it needs to be done, and I do like having a garden. So wish me luck. I got some work to do. Well, Mama Bee's backyard is going through some changes, but the changes are looking good. Folks, thanks for watching our videos. Have a fantastic day.